Imagine, if you will, purple people eaters. Imagine, if you will, this is your home. You're 4 years old and you're growing up in a farm in Kansas, and this is everything to you. You spend all your days playing on the farm, running around, having plenty of space. You hang out with your mom, but you also have donkeys and chickens and goats, and sometimes you spend your days picking sunflowers. And then one day, your mom tells you, hey, I'm going to take you to New York City and we're going to visit your Uncle Joe. And you're super excited because you've always wanted to go to New York City. You heard that there's a place called Central Park where you can buy red balloons, and you love that idea. Plus, you get to hang out with your Uncle Joe. He's a wonderful storyteller and he likes to tell you about the world. And you know that you can trust him and you feel safe and warm with him. While you're in Central Park, you look off in the distance and you see some purple people, and you've never seen them before, so you ask your Uncle Joe, who's that? And he tells you, oh, those are purple people. They eat their own children. They're awful. They're criminals. They do terrible things. They drive up the crime rate. Come on, let's walk this direction. They're dangerous. Maybe you're brave enough to look over your shoulder and get one last glance. But that's what you know about purple people, what your Uncle Joe told you. After your vacation, you go back to your farm in Kansas and you grow up. You go to elementary school, you go to middle school and high school. And during that time period, you never talk to a purple person. You don't watch shows about purple people. You don't read books about purple people. Even when you're in college, you don't know anything about purple people. After you graduate from college, you find yourself a great job in Topeka and you're living your life. You're having a great time. You're making money. Fast forward to 34. Now you're 34 years old. It's been 30 years since you've been to New York City, and you decide it's time. It's time to take a vacation. And you decide you're going to go to New York City because you kind of remember your trip when you were a child, but not really. And you want to see Central Park again. Because this time you learned that there's this great restaurant in the middle of Central Park that serves the most wonderful wine. And you want to see the flowers, and you want to see the buildings, and you want to see the different trees. While you're there, off in the distance, lo and behold, guess what you see? Purple people. Now your body has a kind of a reaction. Your heart starts to beat. You start to breathe really hard. Your brain shuffles through all the memories of what it knows about purple people. And the only thing your brain really knows about purple people is that conversation you had with your Uncle Joe when you were 4 years old 30 years ago. And your brain tells you you're in danger because these people eat their own children. They're purple people eaters. They're criminals. Maybe this is a good opportunity if you think to yourself, maybe my Uncle Joe was old school. Maybe he has a misunderstanding of the world. Maybe it's possible that this preconception is not correct. What if purple people are wonderful people? They're funny, they're hilarious, they're smart, they're intelligent, they contribute to society in wonderful ways. What if your brain is just viewing this through an old lens and that it's wrong? Maybe you can take this as an opportunity to explore new possibilities. What if this is supposed to be the relationship of your lifetime? What if this is going to be your new best friend? Sometimes when we strip away our preconceptions, we find new possibilities in the world. We find new relationships, new friendships. The world is suddenly expanded. It's so important for us to challenge our preconceptions because sometimes our preconceptions are just wrong. Just because someone's purple doesn't mean they're a purple people eater.